So it's time for our last heat of the first part of the afternoon's proceedings here at the 2019 Rotax Max Euro Trophy season opener here at Adria Karting Raceway. It's time for DD2 Masters, and we do have a confirmed 9 competitors here this weekend, so it puts us just under the 130 mark. But still, we are slightly higher than the Euro Trophy back 5 weeks ago, which is still good to see that everyone has a devout interest in what we are doing, and we are doing things right. Roberto Pajewski is on pole position. Alongside him will be the 2018 and defending champion of this category, Slavomir Moransky. Christoph Adams will start in third position. Alongside will be France's Rudy Champion, with Konrad Bayer in 5th position. Karl Klebort in 6th, ahead of Michael Becker and Ronaldo Gremiger in 8th place. And it looks like, I'm wondering if there was a post-qualifying penalty issued to Geza Fodor in 5.99, which is why he was called to the stewards a bit earlier on. So the Hungarian will start in 9th position. 10 minutes plus an additional lap, so it will be down to Pajewski, who will be on the right-hand side of the track going into turn 1 on pole position, and alongside will be Moransky. So it's a resumption of the battle that we saw at the Euro Trophy back in karting, Euro Trophy Open back at Karting Genk, the home of champions, 5 weeks ago, but this time it is for the season. So both drivers, from as far as I'm aware, on the front row, have yet to secure a ticket to the grand finals. Now, this is where their championship hopes and aspirations will start, and it starts off the better foot, getting a good start here today and also later on this afternoon, and then tomorrow as the 9 competitors go into battle. We go green here at Adria, as it's now looks like Christoph Adams. Now, where is he at the moment? Looks to be, I think, yep, well, there is, just keeping an eye on it at the moment. Yep, so Christoph Adams still in 3rd position ahead of Rudy Champion from France. So Pajewski leads, Moransky in, well, was about a 10th off, so to speak. As well, it looks like Karl Klebort, the fastest baker from Flanders, has pounced on Rudy Champion going through into turn 6. Nice work by Karl there. So they're going to complete lap number 1 very, very shortly. So with around just over 9 minutes to go. Pajewski will lead from Moransky as they start to come down the start-finish straight, which they do. So Roberto not wearing, I think, well, he wore his Austrian overalls, I think, last time. At Karting Genk 5 weeks ago. Looks like a new set of overalls for the Austrian there. So with the definitive white and red of Poland clearly emblazoned on Slavomir Moransky's overalls, with Christoph Adams, who has his, now that is his Team Belgium from, I think, was that around about 2000? This guy has so many Team Belgium overalls, I think I lose count. Plus also the amount of boots he's worn, especially with some that are worn through. He's in 3rd position at the moment, and this is a resumption of what's been going on in the BNL karting series at the minute. So Karl Klebort is closing up on Christoph Adams for 3rd. So, and well, Karl Klebort was nearly a 10th quicker than Adams that time around. Rudy Champion is in 5th position ahead of Ronaldo Gremiger, who's up from 8th to 6th. Michael Becker in 7th, Geza Fodor in 8th, with Konrad Bayer not that far adrift, I might add. He said, I'm wondering where the next 2 to 3 tenths are going to come from, when we spoke during the lunch break a bit earlier on today. So a real character is Konrad, and good to be able to converse with him in both English and German, along with some of the other drivers that are in this championship. So he said, I don't know, I hope I find it. I said, well, it's definitely not in the pocket, is it, Konrad? So a lot of joking behind the scenes between the commentator and the drivers here. So Pajewski leads from Moransky by about nearly 4/10 of a second. Christoph Adams did his best lap that last time around, was a little bit faster, as now that looks like, just seeing what is going on here. So, well, there has been a change. And I'm thinking that, well, there is Kremiger in front of Michael Becker. Just seeing what's happening a little bit further down, because obviously Karl Klebot has dropped Rudy Champion, who is running on a Sodi kart chassis. So, Klebot still showing that he has the speed. But at the moment, Moransky has closed on Pajewski. So Moransky, I think, has just been sort of letting things sort of come to him rather than try and go gunning for it, and was within 4/100ths of Pajewski that time around. But the gap has now increased to 0.43 of a second between first and second position. Behind them, however, it is pretty much even Stevens on comparable lap times between Christophe Adams and Karl Klebot. That's the 555 and the 510. Behind them is Champion, Kremiger, Becker and Fodor. As, looks like Geza Fodor's got past Michael Becker. So that is a change for 7th position. 6 minutes and 3 seconds plus an additional lap to go here in the first DD2 Masters heat of the weekend, 1 of 2. So Pajewski still continuing to control proceedings as both he and Moransky come around the final corner. And I have to say, the amount of speed they pick up on this main straightaway is pretty impressive. And I don't think they even lift going into turn 1. They just try and plant it on the inside of the apex. And I do have to say, that was a heck of a lap from Konrad Bayer. That was a 51.347 from the 508. Michael Becker's last lap time was a 52.01. Geza Fodor was actually slower than Konrad Bayer, who was 0.3 quicker. So Bayer really, I think he's just going, you know what, I'm here to have a bit of fun, but let's see if I can have a bit of fun with the other guys and do some overtakes. So he's definitely making sure that he's not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. So, and considering the fact that I don't want to disagree with the man because he's considerably taller than I am. And I stand 5'8". He's bigger. He's more than 6 foot, but he's a really good character as Conrad. It's really good to, you know, whenever it's sort of like I put messages on posts on Facebook, and he goes, "Yeah, see you in the sun in Adria," and it's always a pleasure to see so many wonderful characters in this paddock. But the leader at the moment still is Roberto Pajewski. We've got 4 minutes and 35 seconds plus an additional lap. His lead over Moransky was just over 0.6 of a second last time around. Meanwhile, we still have the two behind, which is Christophe Adams. Now, we have had a penalty handed out for 2 drivers, and that is for, well, a +3 second penalty for, looks to be Slavomir Moransky, and also the 569 of Rudy Champion, who have both incurred a 3 second penalty for 2 wheels outside of the track limits. So if they go all the way through the outside the track limits, it's a 5 second penalty. So that's going to drop Moransky back. That is going to put him behind Rudy Champion, well, behind what is effectively in front of Reynaldo Kremiger, but then Rudy Champion will be behind, effectively classified behind Konrad Bayer. So that's a very interesting development there. 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go on the clock. So Moransky might be running on the road in second position, but his 3 second penalty will put him effectively, as I said, in front of Reynaldo Kremiger from Switzerland. So leaders come through. Gap now between Pajewski and Moransky now 9/10. If you want to see a very high jump on a podium celebration, let me take you back to Wackersdorf last year, and Slavomir Moransky took the title in DD2 Masters, and it was the biggest jump I've ever seen on a top step of a podium, and then you just hear this almighty yes from the guy's lips, the guy's mouth. So that was a real pleasure to see. So the gap now, well, Christophe Adams and Karl Klebot were both nearly, well, Adams was exactly 0.2 quicker than Moransky. So that's very, very interesting indeed, because Christophe Adams knows that there are some drivers that are definitely a lot faster than he is, but he does try and do his level best. And his level best at the moment could net him second place in this first DD2 Masters heat. So gap now between Moransky and Pajewski is just over a second. So Christoph Adams was actually slightly quicker again than Moransky. 1 minute and 52 seconds on the clock plus an additional lap. So there's been a few further changes. So Gezer has lost out to, well, hang on a second. Now, I'm just keeping an eye on things here. Now, Reinaldo Kremiger has been passed by Michael Becker. So this might change again the complexity of the race itself. So, Kremiger down into 7th position. Now, Rudi Champion would still be classified if Konrad Bayer keeps the pace up that he's doing at the moment, which is pretty good because he's about what? Around about, that's probably about 6/10 of a second, or 5 or 6/10 of a second off of Gezer. So, and he's been putting in consistent lap times as well. Reinaldo Kremiger, unfortunately, must have had a bit of a slight mistake there. 52.1 from the Swiss driver, excuse me, in the 5:27, and now has been closed on by Gezer and Konrad Bayer. Konrad Bayer was actually within 6/100ths of Gezer on the last lap. So, leaders crossed the timing line with around 40 seconds remaining on the clock. But the fastest lap of the race, well, it's not Pajewski or Moransky, it is Karl Kleebort. Lap number 6, so that was around 6 laps ago. A 50.930 from the Belgian. So by the time that I think that they come through towards turn 8, and that'll be Roberto Pajewski, the timer will expire, or roundabout towards the penultimate corner. So the timer has now expired here at Adria. So final lap board it is for Roberto Pajewski. Bearing in mind that Moransky and also Rudi Champion have incurred 3-second penalties due to going 2 wheels outside of the track limit, says, well, that was a bit of a sweeping move there. Now, who was that? Now, that was Michael Becker up the inside of Rudi Champion. So, Becker now up into 5th. That on aggregate will put him 4th. Or might, no, hang on a second. Because if I look at it from this way, Moransky is about just under a second off of Pajewski. Plus a 3-second penalty, this will put him 4th. Because Champion will drop back behind Konrad Bayer. If Konrad Bayer is within 3 seconds of Rudi Champion, he will not be stone dead last. It will be Rudi Champion. But obviously this will be provisional, but the checkered flag waves, and the first DD2 Masters win of the weekend goes to Roberto Pajewski, nigh on exactly a second ahead of Moransky, who will drop to 4th provisionally as a result of the 3-second penalty he's received through 2 wheels off of track limits. Christoph Adams takes a well-deserved 3rd place, but this will put him net in 2nd, ahead of Karl Kleebort. Michael Becker in 5th, Rudi Champion in 6th, but well, they have been amended in terms of some of the results. So Moransky's time has gone to 4th position in terms of that. So, and it has happened. The confirmed order is as follows. Roberto Pajewski wins by 1.642 seconds ahead of Christoph Adams in the treble 5. Karl Kleebort makes it 2 Belgians in the top 3 in 3rd position, ahead of Slavomir Moransky, the defending 2018 DD2 Masters Euro Trophy champion. Michael Becker in 5th place. Gezer in 6th, ahead of Reinaldo Kremiger from Switzerland in 7th, with Konrad Bayer finishing 8.842 seconds off of the leader, which means that Rudi Champion, as a result of his 3-second penalty through going 2 wheels off track, is down in 9th at the end of the classification. Well, that's it for the first half of the afternoon here at Adria Karting Raceway, and we will be back in around 15 minutes time. That's 3:20 p.m. local time here, to carry on with the remainder of the heat stages here for the season opener of the Rotax Max Euro Trophy 2019 season at Adria Karting Raceway. See you in 15 minutes.